In this video, I would like to talk about some common mistakes that you should avoid when publishing a scientific paper. So one mistake is not citing relevant and latest literature. If you cite the latest literature, then the editor and the reviewer will know that you are familiar with the scientific topic and what has been going on in the last years. Also, if possible, try to find papers inside the chosen journal that are related to your work. This makes it easier for editors to find suitable reviewers. By citing existing and relevant literature, you also show tribute to other authors. Another common mistake is not reading or ignoring a guide for authors, so you should definitely carefully read it and stick to it. Because it just gives you instruction on how the citation will look like, and also some journals are restricted in words, and there are also a lot of styles that you should follow. So here I would like to give you an overview about how a guide for authors can look like. We have the Journal of Loss Prevention in the Process Industries. If you go to Publish, there is a section called Guide for Authors, and it gives you a very specific overview of how your paper should look like. For example, this journal does not want abstracts that are more than 250 words. You should provide 1 to 7 keywords. If you include highlights, then there should be 3 to 5 bullet points. And also in case of citation, they make clear how the citations should be defined. For example, like this. So you should give a name and an author, a name and a year. Choosing a journal and sticking to the according template will save you time. You can, however, prepare some text or some rough bullet points and then adapt it inside the given template. So a lot of big publishers provide templates, for example in LaTeX or Word, and it is very tedious to adapt your previous Word document to the journal template. So just start from the beginning with the right template. So another mistake is missing common thread. As I said before, make a rough draft by using short bullet points before starting. Your paper should have the following outline. You should start with an introduction where you cite relevant literature and you introduce your topic. In the second chapter, you should describe materials and methods. These two topics can also be separated. So if you do not use materials, you can include, of course, methods only. For example, in computer science, you can describe the algorithms in the methods chapter. The third point is about results and discussion. So, for example, how did the algorithms perform? And you can also discuss some flaws, for example. In conclusion, you should conclude your work, summarize all the important points, and give ideas on further research. You should write your manuscript in the meta such that other scientists are able to reproduce your results. For example, in computer science, you should explain clearly which hardware and libraries were used. If it is possible for you, try to publish data and code, for example, on GitHub. But there are also other data storage websites that you can use. Not letting anyone proofread your paper is a very bad mistake. Even if you think that your colleagues do not know the details of your research for proofreading, it's still valuable if they proofread it. This is especially helpful for readers that are not from your background, and sometimes some points need to be clarified more. You should use tools and services to correct grammar, comma, and spelling mistakes, especially in the century of AI. There are quite some websites like Grammarly or DeepL that can help you with that if you do not want to use ChatGPT, for example. Another mistake is whitewashing results or forget to mention flaws. You should always include your realistic results and, of course, mention flaws if there are any. You should not take only the data that looks good. If there are flaws, say why there are flaws in this paper, and also mention what can be done in further research, for example, to improve your work or to bring it to the next level. So on this slide, I would like to give you some recommendations on which websites or softwares to use. Using citation management software like Mendeley or Citavi will really help your work. It offers help for structuring, importing, and grouping your literature. So before I had all the relevant literature stored in different folders, but with Citavi, I had my literature all in one program, and it was also structured according to the relevant topics. You should also watch out for special issues. They might be faster in review, and they're also not that crowded. Also, I would like to show you some journal finder websites and a journal rank website that I use a lot to find out how the journal that I have chosen is ranked overall. Here we have a journal finder from Elsevier. You just can pass your abstract inside this box and then try to find a journal. This is just some abstract generated by ChatGPT, and here it gives you some matching journals. But of course, you have to watch out, just prove if this is really the journal that suits the topic, because sometimes the abstract does not really match to the presented journals. Another big publishers also have this journal finder offer on their websites. For example, Wiley does also have the same. So another website I would like to show you is schimagogr.com. You can type in the journal that you want. Let's take the Journal of Loss Prevention. Here it is. Those are the categories that this journal falls in. It gives you an age index, but also its own journal rank. So this website has its own journal rank system and it ranks it according to its system. You can find the metrics in help. But what we can see, there are also a lot of statistics. For example, the self sites against the total sites, the total number of documents. So you can inspect it really good. So here we have all the categories that this journal falls into. If we select safety, risk, reliability, and quality, we find this website. And I did some work 4. So we can see that the journal is here on rank 56 out of all journals in this category: safety, risk, reliability, and quality. And here you can see all the top journals. So that was it. Thank you for watching and have good luck with your paper.